Hey guys, if you're enjoying this podcast and want to help us out, we are on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/7lamb, the number 7, LAMB. You can donate as little as $1 a month, and it all goes to helping us create podcasts such as this one. We also have multiple tiers to choose from with tons of bonus content like scripts, extra podcasts, bloopers, talks with the cast, early releases, and bonus episodes of your favorite shows. Once again, that's patreon.com/7lamb, the number 7, LAMB. Thanks.
Hello there, my name is Amber Simpson, and today we're going to read a story. I'm just kidding.
Are we? What the hell?
We could read a story. That's Robert Lamb, who rudely interrupted my story time.
You weren't telling a story.
And this is Will There Be Cake?
Will there be cake?
Will there be cake?
What's the story?
The story is
We're going to celebrate something.
12 squared plus 16 squared equals 20 squared.
12 scared.
12 is
squared. Because 7, 8, 9. 12 squared. What'd you say?
Plus 16 squared
Yeah.
equals 20 squared.
Oh.
And that's today's dates, y'all.
Dang.
And you know what that form of math is?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
The Pythagorean Theorem.
Hot diggity dog. My favorite theorem.
Oh, diggity dog.
That's my favorite theorem.
Wow, really? What other theorems are there?
Ooh, God.
How
I
many
don't even
can
want
you
to
name?
name.
What's your second and third favorite theorem?
I don't want to slow this podcast down by going into all the theorems I know, but, there's just a lot. I just don't want to get into it.
Okay. Well, today is the Pythagorean Theorem Day.
Yep.
Or Pythagoras Theorem Day.
Ooh, because he's the one who came up with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pythagoras' theorem. It's his theorem.
Finally, we were able to find out where the pitcher's mound is directly in the middle of all 4 bases.
Wow.
I don't think that's why it was created.
It might be. You never know.
I'm pretty sure Pythagoras was probably before baseball was invented.
When was the Pythagoras invented? Let's see.
The guy?
Yes.
When his mom and dad
No,
did it. Oh.
when he invented the theorem.
Oh, it's got to be way earlier than that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Like
it was
the 1600s, maybe more earlier.
Pythagoras, the Greek philosopher and mathematician, was born around 569 BC.
Oh, way older than that.
There's still like baseball, you don't know, and died around 475 BC.
It was stickball at that point.
That's true.
Yeah, they didn't have bases yet.
It doesn't really say like when he created it, but sometime between those BCs.
It's crazy to me how people just come up with like stuff like that.
I know. How did people invent math?
I don't know.
Or numbers.
Well, it's like I was reading Life magazine had like the 100 most influential people of time,
Yeah.
and like going back and seeing like all these people, I'm like, yeah, how did these people just come up with this stuff?
Right?
Like it's crazy. I mean, they talk about Aristotle and Plato and all these people. I'm just like Da Vinci and how they had
especially like math, because like math is universal, like
yeah.
which is crazy.
There's a weird one, not to derail the whole thing, but one of them was Jules Verne, who wrote like a bunch of books back in the 1800s, and a lot of like faux science, like Trip to the Moon was one of his stories, was like from Earth to Moon or whatever it was called, and then like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea were submarines, and all of it was stuff that like hadn't been invented yet. Like, they didn't have submarines for another 100 years or maybe a little less.
But he wrote about them in his books?
Yeah, and he wrote about the trip to the moon. He said that this is what it said. I haven't read this book. I think it's called From Earth to Moon or something. But in Life magazine, they talk about how, in the book, it talks about how they launch a space shuttle from Florida to, like, the moon, and then when it comes back, it lands in the ocean. And that's exactly, and they go 100 years later, what happened.
When
So I don't know.
it was 100 years ago, or when
1865, that book came out, and we went to the moon in 1869 or 1969. Yeah.
Crazy.
So I don't know. It's weird how people come up
Maybe
with
they
stuff.
all came
The
back.
time travelers.
Yes.
Maybe Pythagorean Theorem. He did watch a baseball game, and he's like, "Where is that pitcher's mound in the middle
I need to
of
go
C
back
squared?
in time and invent this."
90 feet squared plus 90 feet squared equals.
Yeah, so you're right. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yeah.
And it defines the relationship between the sides of a right triangle or a right angle triangle. A triangle where one angle is at 90 degrees. According to the theorem, in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, the longest side of the triangle, is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the Pythagorean theorem. And the next one isn't until 2025, Pythagorean Theorem Day. It'll be July 24th, 2025. 7 squared. It's not every year because it has to math work out.
It has to math work out.
So 7 squared plus 24 squared equals 25 squared. July 24th,
Wait, what are they? They're squaring the year, the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the month and the day.
Now I understand your whole intro thing. I thought you were just putting the date into the equation.
No.
Wow. Cool.
Cool.
That's pretty unique. So that means you can't celebrate it every year.
Yeah, we can't celebrate it next year if we're still doing this.
Oh my God! And then think about all the triangles we won't be able to figure out.
I haven't done math. I haven't done the Pythagorean theorem since I probably did it in college, but it's been a long time.
I remember it in algebra, like in middle school or high school, maybe middle school.
You have to be like, why do you use? You have to be like a contractor or some shit to even use it in real life.
It seems like it's probably useful for building stuff.
Yeah,
like it's. I mean, it makes sense. You're taking like from the different angles and stuff. If you have to cut something that's going to be diagonal through the room or something like that.
I could see it being super useful.
Yeah,
compared to some
or
other
like
things
tiles. If you're cutting tiles and stuff, probably makes sense.
Maybe someday when we are each building our own houses, we'll use it.
Well, I had to look. Like I said, I wanted to know where the pitcher's mound was in baseball, and it's like 60.2 feet or something like. It's like right in the middle of second base and home plate.
Right.
So you have to take the 90 feet and the 90 feet, add those together, or square them, add those together, and you get 6 or whatever. Whatever that equals. Yeah, and then you divide it by 2, and that's where the pitcher's mound is.
Wow.
Nice.
Math and baseball.
Baseball
is a big math sport. So
it is. All about the stats.
Crazy. I don't pay attention to the stats.
Yeah, me either.
Watch him stand there and
swing at the ball.
So you could celebrate by eating foods that are cut in right triangles. Like
what,
pizza.
A pineapple? Oh.
Or?
Pizza. That's...
Pizza or...
you want me to guess?
Yeah.
Cheese.
Okay, sure.
You can cut cheese in slices. Hold on, let me guess.
Okay.
Pineapple.
Wow,
cheese.
Awful.
Pizza.
Pineapple.
Pie. Cake.
Jesus. That's what I was looking for. Was cake.
Yeah, but cake's like rounded at the sides.
No, but I guess.
It's rounded in the back. So is pizza though. It's not like a full triangle.
But it's still it's just a bent straight line.
Aren't all lines just bent straight lines?
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're straight. All non-straight lines are just bent straight lines. Is what I've always said. Like the horizon, unless you're a flat earther.
But shut up. For this case, we're going to eat a cake.
You got to celebrate a cake. And honestly, I think this is how you celebrate.
Duh.
You buy a cake, obviously.
You just cut it like you do when you're cutting your PB&Js.
But I don't think you can eat it until you figure out in inches or millimeters or centimeters how big it is.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do your math first and then reward yourself.
And then you do that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the easy way to celebrate.
That's the easy
way. I don't think I'm going to celebrate any other way. It's a theorem.
Well, I mean, you could do some math.
If you're doing carpentry or something like that and you want to or you're building something, sure. You get that wood plank out, get the measuring tape.
This mathletics.com website has a Pythagoras jigsaw puzzle that you can print out or cut out.
What is it, a triangle puzzle?
I don't know.
It's got to be like, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, it looks really boring, but you could do that.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
There's some printable worksheets in case you want to do some homework.
I don't want to do homework. I just want to eat cake.
Just want to eat cake. Don't want to do any homework.
Yep.
I just want to eat some cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's pretty much the only way to celebrate.
That's the only way to celebrate. Eat cake and
eat cake and
wear your glasses and push them up in the middle while you eat them.
Yeah, like a nerd.
And then you point at the cake and you say, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then you push up your glasses and you take a bite.
Yeah, so you don't put in the numbers or anything? Okay. No. You just say that and okay. That's...
And then you say, Happy birthday, Pythagoras.
Oh, it's his birthday?
I don't know.
It can't be his birthday. You just said it changes every 7 years or whatever.
I mean, his birthday could be December, what's today? 16th. Didn't I say? I closed the other one.
It can't be his birthday if it adds up to whatever
right.
the date is.
Right. Yeah, you're so right. I just realized what your words mean.
Well, thanks. You actually listened to me. That's what you're saying.
Okay, well, we can say happy birthday to him anyway because his birthday is someday.
Of course. It's got to be within the 365 or 366 on a leap year.
And I hope he was born on a Pythagorean day.
Probably one of them eventually throughout time from 575 BC or what was it, AD?
I don't know. It's BC, I think.
Okay, from 575 to now, I'm sure one of those days lined up with the Pythagorean Theorem.
No, but it has to be the year he was born, too.
Oh, that won't happen.
You don't know.
No, it doesn't, because you celebrate my birthday this year, and I was born in 87. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm saying that today's 12/16, that if he was born, say, on June 6th...
I got you.
That eventually will hit June 6th.
I got you. But wouldn't it be cool if he was born on a Pythagorean Theorem day?
But he can't be, because
the
year's changing. Oh, I mean, yeah, but the year's going to...
Yeah, but if he was born...
in a century, I guess.
Yes. So, like if he was born today...
You get... Yeah, but...
The months would work out. It might work out.
That'll work out faster than the years.
I know. That's
because
what
you
I'm
have to go by century.
I hate you.
So
you know what I mean?
You'd be like 16th century, 17th century. You only get 21 now. 21 chances for that to line up, right?
Sure. I don't know math.
But then you're trying to line up the months too. I don't think it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless you get lucky.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I'm defeated.
Fine. Argument's done.
Argument's done.
Just saying.
Okay, let's have a cake.
Yeah, have a cake, add it up, and all the day you'll have new luck.
Yeah, that's the rhyme.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This has been a 7 Lamb production.